and I don't want somebody to be married. This is why you're attracting us.
All right, well, let's put you on hold. We're going to be definitely happy to have you.
Thank you.
TAI-RHAN is, speak right into that microphone.
Thank you, Dave.
On the line is Jerome. Jerome actually got, not going to be able to make it to the studio. I got him on the line nonetheless. But happy to have you here, Jerome.
Yeah, yes, it's a pleasure to be here. And like I said, due to circumstances beyond my control, as I explained to you, because of my other job.
That's fine.
And I was celebrating my birthday in New Jersey, because that way I could be going to Philadelphia. So now we end up working a little bit on the birthday afterwards, all right?
That's cool, because you got TAI-RHAN here in your stand.
TAI-RHAN is what we call the bomb.
I know, now explain, I don't know if I should ask you or Jerome, TAI-RHAN, to explain to us, you know, what you are, what you're doing.
You mind if I go first, TAI-RHAN?
Go ahead, Jerome.
Only because I'm so proud of this young man. I don't know what to do. I had the pleasure of meeting TAI-RHAN as a client, him and his wife, Leslie. They own a bridal business, so I like what they're into. They're into love. They're into family. He makes the most beautiful gowns in the world in the Washington area.
Wow.
So the brother came with his wife for a reading. He was very skeptical of me. And he was sitting there. I could feel him all over me. See, this is a man who's used to looking and seeing through people.
Okay.
We'll make a long story short, we're best of friends now.
Great.
The reading was phenomenal. I saw in him something that I know that's going to become great because of the message that he's bringing. I call it affirmative rap.
Right.
Something that you won't mind your children listening to. Something you won't mind, you know, the kids around the neighborhood. It's clean. Go ahead, TAI-RHAN. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Jerome. Yeah, what I do is called affirmative rap, Dave. And, you know, I've DJ'd for over 10 years. And I've heard And I've heard the music change, you know, over the years. So I got to the point where I even stopped DJing.
Okay.
So I decided, you know, and seeing what the music was doing to our community and communities all over, you know, I decided to go in the studio and just do something that was a little different, you know. And it's just time for a change, you know. Music is very powerful.
Right.
So I decided to do something, man, just to make a little change, man.
Now explain to me, I mean, that's a new term that I never heard before. It's different. Alternative. I'm sorry, what is the term?
Affirmative.
Affirmative rap. Because we heard positive, we heard, you know, gangster, we heard all these other joints. So explain this specifically, what does that mean?
Well, affirmative, what I'm doing, I'm putting a seal on it. I'm making a point here, and I'm making a good point. So what I'm doing, I'm actually affirming what I'm saying, and what I'm doing, I'm speaking the truth.
Okay.
You know, so that's the difference, man. A lot of the music that's going on now, you know, it's untruthful. Let's put it that way. So I just want the kids to know.
Running around talking about they bling blinging and got gold and everything like that.
Exactly.
Now I gotta ask you this. You're from DC, right?
That's right.
I can't. You know, from DC, go-go music. You don't think rap. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Is like you thinking Chuck Brown and the Soul Surgeon.
That's the truth.
Okay.
That's the truth.
So would you from DC? You don't know anything about rap music.
Well, by DJing, you know, I'm playing all types of music. I've been playing different West Coast, East Coast, Midwest for years.
Okay.
So in DC, I mean, it's go-go's hot.
Okay.
But we do all different styles. It's all different styles. You know, DC is the mixing bowl. So people come from all over to DC.
I think that's Philly, man.
Yeah. Man, in DC too now.
DC is, I mean, you know, you'll never go in here. If you don't know what go-go music is, you're missing a whole lot.
Okay, well, I'm there with you, man. I'm surprised you know what go-go music is.
I love go-go music.
And of course, you know I have a go-go cut on here. I couldn't do it without a go-go cut.
We're going to play a couple of cuts from the first
Cool. And you know what? The other thing, my man, David?
Yeah.
He's got his two beautiful girls that sing with him.
Oh, wow.
It's a family affair.
Yeah.
And the music, it's got the beat that we all like, but it's got message. And the songs, well, I'll put it like this. I have a gift. Because the race guys do these numbers in this.
Yeah, rap music has gone. I did a show about music a couple of weeks ago, and rap music has kind of gone downhill in my opinion. I mean, some of the songs that are out here now, and I'm quite sure you can agree with me, man. Some of these songs are like, you know, Shake It Fast, you know, Back That Thing Up.
Oh, yeah, Back That Thing Up.
And then it's the most incredible song that's on. They don't really play it up here, but I know they play it heavily down in Texas, and they play it heavily on BET in the video. It's called Sipping on Some Syrup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's sipping on some scissor. And you know what they're talking about, Jerome?
What's that?
They're talking about drinking syrup, cough syrup, and getting high.
Along with liquor, right?
Yeah.
That's what they mix it with.
Right, out of a baby bottle. What it is, it's a whole concoction.
Well, they actually mix it with alcohol.
Right. It's like cognac, baby syrup, and one other ingredient I can't think of.
Right.
They put it in a baby's bottle, and and they sip on it.
Selling death.
Right.
Well, I ran a campaign against, I worked with Nancy and Ronald Reagan for 2 years. They just sent me to over 500 schools around the United States to do my martial arts show. As you know, David, I'm a retired 12-time national karate
Yes,
champion.
sir.
And full contact. So when I find the cause of something to go behind, I'm pushing it. And the youth of today are very important. Youth is important. So what they're hearing, they're only doing what they're doing because they're thinking what they're thinking.
Right.
David, if we were thinking the way they were thinking, we would feel the way they feel, we would do the stupid stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
But see, I know there's a congressman, there's a senator, there's geniuses out there, there's great people, white, yellow, green, brown, yellow, black, every color there is. And these kids are our future, and there's a lot of great kids out there. Now, let's not lose sight of it. We have a lot of great kids listening to bad music. We hope they can stay great kids. Because no matter what bad music they listen to, which I think they shouldn't at all, maybe I'm an extremist. Okay, no, I hate to call it good or bad, all right, David? We'll call it productive or unproductive. If they're listening to music that's unproductive, they can only destroy the society.
Right.
And thank God for people like you who have programs that are productive, provide information. I'm very proud of you. From the response of the type of people, the caliber of people that have called me from listening to your radio show, I'm very proud to be affiliated with you. This is one of the few radio stations that I've asked TAI-RHAN to go on with me out of all the stations that go on around the country.
What's unique about this too, Jerome, is that, WHAT is a talk station. Don't play music. Maybe, overnight, but it's important because from the affirmation aspect of the importance of his words. We're going to play a little bit, right? We're going to go to a commercial break and play a little bit of it. I think it's really important. And when you mentioned it to me, I said, whatever for you. You know what I mean? And if you say it's going to happen, I believe you, brother.
To the grace of God.
Thank you, Dave.
We're going to play a little bit of Free and come back and finish talking to Jerome Carter and TAI-RHAN. Stay close.
Okay, you got a break?
No, it's on.
The new Chevy Impala makes it easy to say,
Voice of
let's go for a drive.
I thought it was film.
Impala from Chevy.
Now, is he doing
Him gospel rap.
Oh, that's good.
Whether you're listening at home, in the office, in the
We
car,
need it bad.
or on the internet, welcome. You've got mail. Remember, you're listening to WHAT 1340 AM, the voice of the African American community.
Susan.
I like that. Jerome's going. That's one of your daughters singing?
Yeah, my oldest daughter.
Ah.
Those are my two daughters and my niece back there.
In the love day and night, keep you right, don't set the sight. Feed them right, give them the food of life. Treat them right, find out what they like. Lead them right, guide them through the light. Pray at night, keep your family tight.
You ready?
No need to fuss,
Yeah.
no need to fight. Everything
Stand by.
will be alright.
Back now, Acres of Diamonds on the voice of the African American community, WHAT, the voice of TAI-RHAN. That is the children of the future. I like that beat in the back.
Thank you, man.
You said that was your 11-year-old daughter singing?
Yeah, that's my
She has a beautiful voice, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
You gonna let her get into the music game?
Yeah, might as well. As long as it's positive and good, I have no problem.
We were
with
talking
it.
about off the air about the differences in your rap and some of the music that's out here today. And you had mentioned that some of the artists that are out now will probably not be happy when your CD drops.
Oh man, they're gonna be very upset. They're gonna be very upset because I'm coming from a true perspective, man, a real point of view. So, and by being out there in those streets that they claim that they're living in.
And I mean, when Jerome said you were from D.C., I was like, okay. Because, D.C. has a reputation.
Oh, it's real.
I mean, every other city is bad, but D.C., it's not the worst, but,
Nation's capital.
Right.
Nation's capital.
Chocolate City.
Right.
So, I mean, but you had mentioned that you understand what some of these kids are talking about. We both agree that some of these kids are out here rapping that music, claiming that they selling drugs or killing
Right.
and shooting and robbing. Really, that's all the act.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. The music is so powerful, see. They're doing it to make money, but they're actually selling it because what it is, the young kids that are coming up are listening to them.
Right.
So they figuring, well, if I can get money like some of these other guys, then I don't have to go to school. I don't have to do the right thing. They can start off early being millionaires.
Right.
But it's not like that. Reality is totally different from that world. So I come to tell them and let them know. You can bling bling, get a job.
Right.
Save up and bling bling. You know what I mean? Don't hurt your brother or your sister to bling bling.
Right.
So that's my thing, you know.
You also mentioned that the CD is out on your own label.
That's right.
You produced it yourself. Explain that to us again so everybody can understand.
Okay, One Diamond Records, that's a label that I came up with 10 years ago. I used to DJ. And through my playing music and DJing for all the years, I've heard the music change. So it stopped me from actually DJing because as I started doing so many parties and clubs,
Right.
certain music
Got you back.
you play, man, people get a reaction to this music,
Right.
man. You know, I'm talking about, you know, once they get a couple of
We're
drinks
glad to
and
have you.
things,
Hold on.
they're fighting and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
So I felt as though I was a part of that because I'm spinning it. You know what I'm saying? I'm spinning that music. I'm mixing it. I'm getting them all hyped up. And then when something happens like that, I can't be a part of it. So I had to make a change within myself first. And I came up and did the album with the support of my wife and kids and family. And here I am, and I'm ready. I'm ready to tell the truth, man. I'm ready to give it straight.
Yeah, I was listening to Ice Cube. Actually, Ice Cube and LL Cool J. Who are very good rappers. I mean, I'm a big fan of LL Cool J. I can't lie. But LL said something that was very curious to me. He said he lets his kids listen to his records. And I couldn't imagine. I have a 9 and a 5-year-old. And I can't imagine. Like, some of the things that he said, I cringe now at some of the music that's played on radio for my kids. So I think it's important to note that not only you can let kids listen to your CD, but you have them on the record.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that's important. And Jerome had mentioned something about, you know, what they hear, you know, is really important because they think that that's what they can attain to, aspire to.
Right, well, music is subliminal. You know, I mean, you hear a song enough on the radio, constantly played. You know, and we're at that age where we know to make the right decision. But if you constantly hear a song every day, and you driving down the street, that song become a part of you. You know, you get to feel a little wild. You know what I mean? So just imagine the younger generation coming up, especially nowadays without good parental guidance and things of that nature. So it's hard, man. And it's very important. Music is very powerful.
So when did you come out with the CD? Well, or has it been released?
The actual release date was July 11th
Okay.
of 2000. And now I'm out and going around and Mr. Carter, Jerome Carter.
His
has
birthday.
Mr. Carter has me doing these radio interviews.
Your
which
little
is
tours,
great,
your little tour.
Yeah, man. And I thank God for putting Mr. Carter in my life, man, because that's what I was looking for. I didn't want to go to a record company because I didn't want nobody to change my image.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's important.
Yeah, I want to sell life, not death.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not in it for the money.
Okay.
You know, real honestly, my wife and I, we have a business.
I got to talk about your wife's business. Cars are great.
Thank you.
I don't know about this guy in the middle, but the two. this is a great car. Left Eye's Beauty Bridal Boutique.
Lefties.
Lefties. What did I say?
Left eye.
Lefties. And TAI-RHAN's on the car along with his 2 doors. Show it to you.
Oh, I got one, thanks.
Oh, okay, cool. 2 beautiful pictures in TAI-RHAN. Actually, it's a good picture. That really looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she does, and you mentioned you went to school in Boston,
Mhm.
and you actually design gowns.
Yes, I did.
Down
Well, he can tell you he's been in business with me just as long as I
there. Oh,
have.
really?
Yeah.
Yes, man. I've been designing gowns with my wife for 15 years now. She's taught me to sew.
Uh-oh.
Always knew how to hand sew, but she taught me to professionally sew and
A
cut
rapper that
patterns.
can sew.
Yeah, man.
That
All
takes
around.
Lefty can sew, David.
Oh, really?
In fact, Gordon met her sister. Her sister named Lighty.
No, she's not.
So what's the next move for you, TAI-RHAN?
Well, the next move is for us to continue on doing what we're doing. We want to hit as many cities as possible. I want the kids to get to know about me. And then we're going into the video soon, right, Mr. Carter?
Yes, definitely.
So that-
Our daughter.
Along with Jerome Carter on the line, and Lefty, who is chilling in the background. She got the bridal shop. Let me get out your telephone number. If you're about to get married or looking to get married, and just look at the gowns that your daughters
And
are.
look at her.
This is my youngest daughter. And then my niece, Tierra. Yeah, man, I'll take them in the studio. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Let's show the kids early what they can do, their potential. You know what I mean?
The title of the album is called Take Heed to the Message. It's TAI-RHAN, his debut album on One Diamond Records. You can reach him at www.TAI-RHAN.com. And also you can reach him at 301-396-3733. 5, 6, 8, 8, some music that you want to feature and showcase for your kids and exact some good. I like that song, Afraid. I like the way you talk about it. You know, you mentioned that you know, I hate to say it, these cats call us in the light.
Oh,
yeah, it's
really?
like out there selling drugs or
And remember, I'm a Scorpio.
whatever, it's a hot thing there. And you say that, you know, I could have been part of that, but I decided not to be involved in it. Do it. Explain what that down to us.
Well, actually, Dave, it's like this. Actually, I participated in it one time.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So I know firsthand. So when I go out and I talk to the kids, and just like now, I can tell them the truth.
Because you've been
Right. It's not good.
Some of these kids out here, I mean, in my opinion, they talking about they did this and been here and did that, and they never left their mom's kitchen.
Right. And that's why I say it's real. So somebody had to come forth and step up to the plate and let the kids know, look, you don't want to deal with it.
And there's so much more you can do. I mean, here's my point. If you're doing, Allen Iverson's a great example. This kid is making very good money.
Right.
He's doing very well on the basketball court.
Right.
He wants to still showcase his ghettoism, if that's a word. You know what I mean?
Man,
It needs to be.
you know what I see from my experience, man, you know, when God allows you to make it to a certain point in your life, you know, me personally, I look at it like, why would I, after God allows me to get to a certain point, say, oh, death, I'm going to help.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
keep people down.
Right, you know what I mean? And if he helps me to this point, then I can help others.
Right.
You know, because if I came from the dirt, well, I want to keep my people in the dirt when I know how it was when I was there. So I want to bring them up.
Right.
You know, that's my thing, is to bring them out of the dirt. I don't want them to have to go through what I've been through. So why can't I talk about and tell them how easy it is to get out, opposed to continuously telling them about how it is in the dirt.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on.
This is TAI-RHAN.
It's time for a change.
It is. It's been time for a change, and I'm glad you're doing something about it. You think that after the death of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G., that people would get the point that, you know, acting the way it is, the way you act, I guess, is incredible. Then you had this big melee, this civic act of violence at the hip-hop awards.
Right.
Source hip-hop awards.
These guys are financially well off. What are you fighting for? You're supposed to be happy at that time.
You spell TAI-RHAN, TAI-RHAN. That's TAI-RHAN.com for more information about his forthcoming CD. Actually, he's released already. Take heed to the message. A very positive brother, a very positive song. We're going to take another quick commercial break and come back with more phone calls with Jerome Carter. And if you have a question for TAI-RHAN, feel free. If you want to call up to figure out how to get a CD, you're more than welcome to do so. We'll be right back on the Voice of the African American Community, WHAT.
Okay, Dave. That's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, get my gun, just shoot out, run it quickly. That's right, young. All right, Joe, let me get my high socks.
Yeah, what's up, Joe? Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, what's going on, Joe? They still say Joe down in D.C.?
Yeah.
Yeah, they, man, all
All right,
that.
D.C. has their own music. They got their own language. Well, I was about to clown you for your sweatpants because you got to have your sweatpants gear.
Well, check it out, though. Now, I got on the sweatpants gear, but if you notice, it says hobo.
Okay.
Yeah, see, hobo, and that's helping our brothers
Oh,
out.
that's a I didn't notice
That's what
that.
hobo stands for. So yeah, we still wear the sweat
Oh,
gear
yeah,
in
that's
DC.
Oh, yeah.
But
DC's
now we done put a positive saying behind
That's
it.
cool.
You know what I mean?
I didn't even notice that, man.
That's better than the madness.
Oh yeah. See, this is helping our brothers out here.
All right.
You know, and I have it's a brother back home and his wife that actually came up with this company, Hobo.
Okay.
Man,
Well, I guess you right. With Lefty and all, you all into the design and stuff.
Yes.
So that's cool.
yeah, and this is something fun.
They come to New York, they got a wholesale license.
Oh, really?
I just got out of a long-term relationship.
Yeah, I'm seeing something that ended.
Yeah, 8 years.
What?
Yeah.
Is this the girl with the S or is this another one?
Yes. Nah, her name was Erica. I know a girl named Sonata, but we don't do anything. We're just yes, sir.
Oh,
His
okay.
CD, Take Heed to the Message. We just came back on, Jerome.
Oh, okay, excuse me.
No problem. And that was working on out the Go-Go cut. Got the head bang. That's a cool piece. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Jerome, we're in our last hour, man. We're gonna go try to go wrap it.
on you, man.
Back now on the program. That's Never Take a Loss. That's kind of hot. Pump it a little bit. Yeah, Jerome, we're back. We're to never take a loss.
Never take a loss.
That's TAI-RHAN on this coming CD. I keep saying coming, but it's already out. Take heed to the message. If you want to get a copy of the CD, well, first you can, if you make the right, give the right question, you want an autographed copy. But if you want to get a copy of it, you can hit TAI-RHAN up at 301-396-5688. 301-396-5688. I'm really happy you brought this young brother to us, man. I hope that he does very well, and I hope that being on the show does real good, Jerome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi. Hi. I like this beat.
Let me know when you're ready.
Back now. Back now, ladies and diamonds on the voice of the African American community. Just a little. That's our times are getting hard, but I tell you what, I like that. I like the beat of this one, man. Thank you. This is real tight. Thank you. I don't know, Jerome. Is Jerome back on? I don't know. Never take a loss like this. I don't know, man. Each one is getting a little bit. This is real tight, man. Thank you. This is real tight. Rolling with the real G 2000. You know, you had mentioned that, you recorded this. This wasn't no sampling.
No.
Wasn't nobody on no turn. You weren't in the back with no records.
Nope.
This is a live band play.
It's live.
That's right. I had my producer, Earl Carter, man. He plays every instrument.
Wow.
So all I do, I go in and I simply just hum it what I want, and he actually brings it to life for me. That's why you notice with the guitar, everything is funky. It was played actually live.
Jimmy
This
was
is real. This is TAI-RHAN. His CD, Take Heed to the Message. Jennifer, I think it was Jennifer, right, Al?
Barbara.
Barbara just won autograph copy. You gotta make sure you do
Yeah,
something.
she was great.
Yeah, she was. I'm gonna do it, or you wanna say out to her? How do you want that? We'll talk about that out there.
Yeah. We'll make sure she get it.
TAI-RHAN.com. TAI-RHAN.com. And also, check out Lefty YS Bridal.
Lefties.
Lefty'sBridal.com. LEFT. No, you have to play Al back here.
Yeah, what I'm doing is
Al standing out
positive
there.
affirmative. And it's just changing from what we hear on the radio every day. The lick, 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 and shake it fast and all that stuff. It's something good for the kids. And it's something that your children can listen to. They don't have to be monitored. So that's one of the main things, for music
And you were doing
nowadays.
an excellent job.
Even
You
us
are
as
doing
adults,
your
we have to
job.
be monitored for some of the stuff that's played. And that music is very powerful, subliminal. So that's how it is. We ride like that. You get to hear a certain song a lot, you start feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So.
And children can't differentiate between reality.
Right, exactly.
Because look what it does to us. We're at that age where we can make the difference.
Exactly. Well, you're supposed to be able to experience. Well, if you grew up listening to that,
Yeah, right, you don't know.
no one teaches you that.
Right, so it's all good. That's good.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure meeting
Yo,
you.
bye.
It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Okay, tell us, that somebody had left the van door unlocked? You didn't hear him tell us on the radio, that's why your father came out, that the van door, that the door was unlocked or the light was on, that's why he came out here?